Hi everyone. Happy Monday morning. I just wanted to take a few moments to give you a few tips on getting started, extending your intermittent fasting, your fasting hours. One of the things I tend to forget is I have done it for such a long time that I forget that at the beginning sometimes I struggled with it because I thought that I had to start fasting and fast for 18, 20 hours every day right off the bat, and I couldn't do it. So I wanted to share with you what I did. And what I did was I started with the minimal, which was 12 hours. Stop eating at night at 6 and get up in the morning and not have something in my coffee until 6. Back then I was having heavy cream in my coffee in the morning, and that's what I would do. That's how I broke my fast, was with heavy cream in the morning. Well, then that was good, and I felt good on that, and I thought, well, I could push that because I knew the longer I went, the better the benefits. So I eventually, after adding like a half hour for a few days or an hour, then eventually I pushed that time back so that my fasting lasted 16 hours. I'd go till 10 before I'd have my coffee. And guess what? I didn't die from hunger. It was quite easy to do. So I started doing that. So it'd be the 16 hours. And one thing to remember is your sleeping hours count. So, add those in there. Make sure you stop, when you can before you go to bed, and then after, add those in there. So I was going 16 hours. I felt good, was not weak. I could feel that there was something going on in my body. I felt more energy. My brain, I felt clearer in my thinking. I'd get up and go for a walk while fasted. That's one of the best times to exercise, is when you're fasted. A walk, you just have energy, you see clearly, it's really an amazing feeling. So I highly recommend walking or doing your exercise before you ever take any calories or anything in. You can have water and black coffee, but really, it's better for your body. Your body actually utilizes that exercise better with working with autophagy and breaking down all old muscle and tissue, and recreating that into something that your body can use to build and to repair and to heal. So very beneficial to do that. It really amps up the autophagy when you're walking or exercising when you're fasted. So just a side note there. So after the 16 hours, I realized that I could push it, and I wasn't hungry at the 16 hours. After you do it a while, you're not hungry, and it feels normal. Right now, when I first started, I thought I had to have 3 meals a day and snacks, or I was going to go crazy. I was going to pass out. I needed something. Well, that was not true. My body had been trained that it needed this. So when I first started, yes, I'd get hungry at lunch, and yes, I'd get hungry mid-afternoon and for supper or whatever. And after I started pushing through those hunger times, and realizing I wasn't really hungry. My stomach was growling, but it was growling because it thought it was time. I wasn't hungry. Took a little Himalayan salt, took my water, and was fine. Lived through it, didn't pass out. I didn't need smelling salts or anything like that. So after I pushed through it, then I continued to add time, and finally I got to the 20, average of 20, 21 now that I do today. So it took some time, and it wasn't overnight, but you just have to realize you're taking a step forward, and you're moving in the right direction. And one thing I will say is you really need to be consistent. Once you decide that you want to do it, you don't want your body thinking, you want your body to adjust to your fasting so that you're not feeling starving at those times when you shouldn't be. Your body isn't going to say, I want this, I want this, I want this. You just may have hunger. You just ride that wave of hunger. It will go away, I promise. It's not true hunger. We don't experience that very often. So you take your little tips, the salt, water, black coffee, if you feel a little bit hungry, and just push through it. Just push through it. You're not going to die. And that's what my experience has been, little by little. And now I can go 20, I can go 24 hours, I can go 48 hours and not be hungry at all. And the health benefits are just worth it. They're worth putting it into place with the intermittent fasting and learning what works for you. And maybe you won't have to go, 20 hours, and some people don't even fast over 24 hours, have never done that. And they have got health benefits, and that's fine. But if you are in your 40s, like me, you will probably have to go longer than the 16 hours. You'll see young girls in their 20s, they'll start fasting for 16 hours, and all of a sudden they're dropping weight, and everybody notices, and they feel so much better. More than likely, that's not going to happen once you get older, and once you've had an experience with a bunch of low-calorie diets. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to fast longer and find where your spot, where it is comfortable for you. Any fasting at all, I would say 18 to 20 hours a day is very good, very healthy, and you're going to have health benefits. You just are. So your body's got to heal. It's going to get rid of all that glycogen store, and your insulin levels are going to start to go back to normal. Your hormone levels are going to go back to their normal levels, and you're going to feel so much better. So that's what I have for you today. If you could think of any questions or anything else you want to know about, just let me know, and I can either answer the question, or if I find information, I will post it. Talk to you later. Bye.